Hello. I know. Lucky you, right? Charlie Greer podcast. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want to support the podcast, it's in the description. You can hook me up with Zelle. Zelle's an app on your phone, which is connected to your bank anyway. How's your murmur in there, man? So this is gonna be like another paranormal. I'm gonna be doing paranormal. Anytime I see something crazy, I'll talk about it. Again, it's embarrassing, but on the other hand, I don't give a fuck what people think. So yeah, I saw this. What turned out. So let me just preface this with I didn't. When I saw this, from when my dog saw it first, she reacted, and I looked up, and it was just a split second, second or two. I saw it. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I'd never heard of anything like this. I saw it was an alien, and it looked so stupid again. Kind of like with that dog man I saw. It looked fake. It looked like a. So we just took tail and ran, and when I got home, I was googling all this stuff to try to what would you even say. So what I saw was I found it. It was called a night walker. If you want to see one of these silly things on video, that is, uh, YouTube for like Fresno night walker. So let me explain where I was at. I was living in Pasadena, and it's actually kind of a nice area. Matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly. Well, not exact, but I was on El Nido, the Nest, El Nido, and Del Mar. That was the closest side street, right across from that celebrity rehab or whatever center. That's where that's at. It's a big facility. There's also like a retirement thing. That whole maybe it's a mile long. There's like it's huge. So I was near, let's just say near El Nido and Del Mar, and I'm walking my dog like 5 times a day, and it was at night. We're doing our routine walk, so I passed my yard. I hit the next neighbor's yard, and that's when my dog reacted. I looked, and I saw this thing walk between like the second neighbor and the third neighbor. There was like a probably 10-foot gap, 15-foot gap. I saw it walk. Like it reacted to me too. Like I guess it was just standing there. It was like, oh, whoa, and it just like fast. It was like it literally was like this glowing kind of white blue. It had legs. It looked like it had like these baggy pants, like MC Hammer pants on. I'm not shitting you. And a small head, no arms, a cape, kind of see through, glowing, like it was putting off its own. I could see the cast of light on both. Again, my dog reacted, my little dog, and like jumped through the bushes. Kind of, I fell because I reacted like, what the hell? Again, the first thing you think is like, what the hell is this? And then never speak about this. But here I am, like talking about it on YouTube. Maybe someone else has seen one. So I get home again. I Google what I couldn't find. I was like, what is that? Like a armless alien, caped, crazy walk. And I found they call them like night walkers. And I also found like up in the mountains where the paths are, where like, the woods or the parks, the forest in California, like ancient Native Americans, they've got like statues of these things. They got like wooden totem pole. Like I guess they've been around. They've been seeing them forever before we were in here. Yeah, had just like legs, and it was about. I would say this one was taller than the one I've seen on the video. This was probably maybe 4.5, 5 foot tall. Again, it was just a glowing head. I didn't see any eyes, didn't have any arms, but it had a cape on and like MC Hammer baggy. They're kind of, and then his feet kind of looked just white solid. His head looked white solid, no arms. I could see through the cape. I could see, it was trippy. So I had an elderly neighbor. He was the second neighbor I had. And we became friends, and the next day, again, I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to, hey, But I would check in on him every day. And he was like, hey, how you doing? Hey, did you hear what happened to the other neighbor? So the third house. So I saw between his house and this third neighbor. And his third neighbor had a big fenced-in thing. And you hear about what happened to so-and-so? I go, no. Like all his rabbits were killed. And I guess he had all these cages for rabbits. He had something like 30 or 40 rabbits. I don't know, breeding rabbits. I don't know what he was, like, no. Yeah, they were all found with a poke in their head, at the top of their head. And I'm thinking, I saw that thing last night. Should I tell him what I saw? Nope. And I never did. I never, like, what are you going to say? I mean, again, it was, I can talk about it now because it's been like maybe 10 years. And why did I see this? What the hell? Why? I'm the lucky bastard that gets to see this like weird. So yeah, his rabbits were killed and had like a hole in their head. And this was a nice house he had. So I was like, oh yeah, wow. Raccoons, maybe, coyotes. So I'll go about my day. Maybe and I didn't see, again, I wouldn't see them too much. The neighbors that had the rabbits. Maybe a couple days went by, not even a week. There's moving trucks. They're moving. They got out of there. And so my other neighbor, he's like, wow, they're moving. They didn't even tell me. I had to go over there and ask, what do you guys know? Oh, we're just moving. And my one neighbor was like, that's weird because that's a like generational house. Like his grandfather lived there. Then he passed it on to his father. He grew up, and then the one guy grew up there, and then his father, he lived there, so it's like, why would you? It's nice. Nope, gone. Maybe they're going to rent an apartment till they could sell. I don't know. But maybe that would freak. Maybe he saw, that's like, did he see what I saw? I don't know. And who killed the rabbits? Mysterious world. But then I was kind of scared at night. For a while, I wouldn't walk at night. I would, do the last walk, and I would just walk around my patio, my dog, because I just didn't want to deal with this paranormal shit. Like, who wants to? Again, man, it's like I don't have a paranormal. Yeah, I like to watch video, but I'm not like I don't have like a alien group or UFO group, which might be cool, but I mean, and I'm sure other people have seen me and not going to say anything. Don't even tell their wives. And I'm just like, dude, I'm losing my mind. Freaking thing didn't have any arms and was wearing like a see-through cape. Like it was flowing. It looked weird. It looked like it was like standing in front of a fan or something. Again, giving off light. Like it was, I could see the glow between the two houses. And those poor rabbits, I mean, what was that about? What do they need? Like rabbit brains or what? I don't, hey. And I didn't really I should have, but I didn't really do a deep dive. And honestly, there's not that much about these things. And the strange thing was that was right around the time that other people filmed them in California, like the Fresno video. And there's a few other videos out there, and they look silly. They look fake. The ones I've seen look small. On the video, the one I saw was pretty tall. Not as tall as me, but wasn't small. I wouldn't want to get in its way. I mean, obviously, it likes, has a taste for killing rabbits. But yeah, there's got to be other people, and that's why I started my podcast. That's why I chose to talk about this today, because it's like, man, I need to get this off my chest. I wouldn't in the far. That's amazing. Again, you would think that you would see these things like deep in the, a big, national park or the forest or something, we unexplainable, not in like, basically you're still in LA if you're in Pasadena. I mean, it's like a residential and you're between like the main drags in Pasadena are like Colorado and Del Mar in the site, the streets that, so I was right off Colorado and right near Del Mar where that rehab is. And there's nice houses. I mean, but looking into like just the area, I was like, I'll look around. I found out that the property that I lived on, and there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses on the lot, and there was 2 driveways, and one went back further to the back houses. That used to be a horse farm. It was a farm. There was no houses around. This is back in the day, man. Like I don't know, 1800s, early 1900s, and there used to be a well and all, so it sunk. So they had to fill that in. So I was like, can I walk back there? Because it was like some like not wooded area, but a backyard kind of thing. So that used to all be like farms, a horse farm. They like, did they see any, Surely I wasn't the only one. Because it wasn't late at night. It was anywhere between like 8 and 10. So I usually do like 2 walks when it gets dark. If you've ever had dogs, you can walk as much as you want. As soon as it gets dark, they got to go. Even if you just let them out like 45 minutes before, when it's dark, then I always do. I want to sleep in, so I do like an 8 and 10. And it might vary. It might be like, sometimes they'll leave me alone. I'll do like, that's usually what I would do, was walk them. So it was either 8 or 10. I mean, people were, out. It's not out. There's people, we're, it's all packed in LA. It's not like people were on top of each other. It was between their houses, like the glow. Maybe it came through the window somebody saw. I don't know, but they had some. I couldn't have been the only one. And by then, there's like cameras. Everybody's got a camera, security. Did he have like security? I mean, if he had all those rabbits and cages. See, I couldn't see most of his backyard. I never went back there, so I don't know what his setup was. But what do you think he would have, like a security camera, if he's like got a rabbit breeding, whatever he was doing with all those rabbits, or champion rat, whatever he was, something to do with the rabbit. I don't know. But that's a heavy responsibility to like have like all those rabbits. They eat a lot, and rabbits breed too. So it's like, whoa, a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of cage cleaning. I mean, so maybe maybe he had footage. It was like, I'm out. No. And I kind of get it that why he wouldn't want to, maybe, again, I'm just speculating. Maybe he didn't see anything, but then he did move. I mean, that was he grew up there. And that's, I heard that my grandfather, my father, why would you move up after your rabbits died? The same, they all had the same, and he called the police, like they were, and the neighbor was telling me about, like, yeah, that's the strangest thing. Maybe I should, again, if I'd have said something, then they might have been suspicious of me and how he's crazy. He likes to kill rabbits. Now he's talking about aliens. I don't want to get involved, If people were more open-minded, no, I ain't gonna. But I saw it again. It was a 5 foot tall, glowing, just all legs with the skinny, small head, no features on the head, literally a round, glowing ball. And the feet too. The feet were like boot shaped, but just glow. The pants had like, you could see like not wrinkles, but like folds. And they kind of looked like MC Hammer pants. I mean, they went up to a but they kind of like, they went tight at the bottom. And then it had a cape on. It was like white, kind of bluish. And maybe it's, like Huxley, doors of perception. Maybe I'm more perceptive. I saw it. Other people wouldn't see it. I don't know. I kind of wish I wouldn't have saw it. I would love to talk to someone else who would see one of those. Just for my own, like, hey, reassurance of. And I hope I never see another one. And if they are, why are they in California? Again, if you go down that rabbit hole, you'll see those wooden statues. They have like And again, it's just like these legs with a ball. I don't think they have the cape on with it, but yeah, it's the one Fresno. It's like they're one of them's walking, and there's like a baby one. Like there's like a little small one. Like, huh? Again, it's a crazy world. I would almost want to see one again but I'd want people with me. Like, say if I was out with some friends, like there it is. But I don't want to see one again by myself. Again, I'm not like a coward, but I don't. Hey, what the? How long did it take him to get those rabbits? How did he get through the cages? And yeah, I don't know. And the one neighbor that I talked to, the elderly guy, was like, "Yeah, this is strange. Something else is up." And maybe I should have told him, but then he was religious, and that looks suspicious. Like, oh yeah, that night I saw this alien, and then, or I don't even know if it was an alien. I mean, what would it be? I didn't see the UFO. And once I went down that rabbit, it took me, man, an hour or more to find, because I was just searching, like, what, glowing walking. And I finally stumbled upon, some stuff. And if you have seen, if you happen to stumble upon this video, contact me. You can contact me through YouTube and say, hey, or if you know more about them, whatever. Again, I'm not going to deny I don't believe your lying eyes. I saw the damn thing. And I'm sure others have too. Again, when around this time, and they would they'd filmed like I think a couple of them were in Fresno. I know one was, but it might have been more videos of, maybe it's a seasonal thing. I don't know. Maybe it's even who knows? There's a lot of technology out there we don't know about. And, I'm pretty sure this was in 2012. I think it was like 10 years ago. It was a while back. And again, I've seen other paranormal stuff in LA. I'm under the, I'm under the impression that these things, there's some mysterious shit in this world. I saw a lot of it in LA. Like, there isn't any forest around. I mean, granted, if you drive an hour, we're talking about like concrete jungle, hardly any grass. What was it? And why did I see it? Scary. And again, my dog reacted first. This has happened 2 or 3 times where I saw it. My dog would, because I'm looking ahead. I'm not paying. Dogs are perceptive, and they scared her. Man, she hid. And then I was kind of that night sleeping, like, man, I don't know what the. And I didn't know. And it was the next night when I was really worried. Like when I found out about the rabbit death, the rabbit, massacre. That I it's like, wait a minute, man. If they can get to the rabbits, they can get to me now. But yeah, I didn't tell anybody for a long time. It's like, I know, let's keep this to myself. What do I have to gain to tell this story? I don't want the attention of, he's the dude that saw the creature. Again, it might be perception. As an artist, as an open mind, I see things differently sometimes. I don't know. But when I did find out what it was, and I went to watch some YouTube videos, they had actually talked about it on the news. They actually weird creature, man. They replayed the video. At the time, I didn't see it, but when I found out about it, I watched and they'd interviewed like the. Because I guess they were caught on like security cameras. People have the cameras pointed to the driveway or backyard or pool area, whatever. And they picked up on these. Some of them were small. Some of them were bigger. It's almost like they had like I would love to know what the hell these things are. Or maybe not. Maybe I don't want to. Why would you have to kill all the rabbits? You're not gonna, and people aren't gonna like you that much if you're killing. You're not gonna be liked that well if you're killing rabbits, man. That's what my gut's telling me that that's not friendly. That's not neighborly to be massacring someone's breeding rat or champion rabbits. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about rabbits. But yeah, I saw it. Again, when you and then you think about these things. And I know where you'd be doing the dishes or cooking or sweeping, whatever you're doing around, and then it's like, yeah, that thing, that night walker. I wonder if like areas have, again, this is in California. I don't know if anybody's seen one outside of, and why would it be just that area? And why do certain areas have certain legends or whatever they have, kind of strange. Kind of makes it, what the? Yeah, again, I would like to see another one if I was with people or some kind of paranormal group that knows where they're at and what time they come out. They're in a group, I don't want to go hunting one myself. Again, where are you going to find? I mean, hell, it's in a neighborhood. You wouldn't think. I mean, where's it sleep? Is it living under a house or is it some kind of like interdimensional being? I don't, hey. Again, there's just so much stuff we don't know about simple things in, it's a mysterious world. But if you have, and I might even go deeper, because I haven't looked these up in years. I might have to go back to YouTube and see if there's any like fresh videos of these night walkers, night crawlers, whatever they call them. And the thing, how it reacted to me and how fast, like I took that step. It might have taken only because it was a lot of ground for it to clear. And what's strange is it kind of like ducked between the house and the fence. And I don't know if it jumped the fence. I don't know. It was just, and then it went dark because it was glowing. It was glowing between those houses. You could see it on the side of both the houses. And my poor little dog, freaking out. And then she pulled me down. I got up and actually I had a big knot on my shin and we got, and I didn't go out the rest of the night. Yeah. And then didn't tell anybody. Just like zip your mouth. Don't, you don't want to go around like, hey, let's go to the coffee shop. And you know what happened to me No. It's unfortunate that it's like that. But people talk a lot of crazy shit and then try to pull you into let's both be crazy. Again, I don't think I'm crazy. I was sober. It happened. I saw it. I guarantee you, even my gut feeling, like somebody else saw it. I have a feeling that guy had security cameras, that is, and maybe saw, maybe not all of it, but saw that. And then next thing you know, maybe saw a glimpse of that. And then when he found his rabbits dead. And Charlie's, they were home when it happened. And he was saying like, oh, they didn't hear anything. The cops are doing an investigation. And I didn't know the guy that well. I was like, hi, neighbor, that kind of thing. And they had a moving crew. I never saw him again. When they were moving, there was just a crew. I don't know if he was inside with his wife and kids, but I never saw him again. And then, of course, the house is for sale. And I think it's sold, but I don't know if I never saw anybody there again. It was a nice house. Not a mansion, but, LA, anyhow, any land, that, is going to be expensive. Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Again, I'd love to hear from somebody who's seen these. Maybe there's a paranormal guy that kind of like, you know, deals with a couple subjects. He's, you know what I mean? Uh, just to get some, again, when I found that, I saw this one thing about and it showed the wooden Native American totem. Like it was technically a totem pole and it had that. It was big somewhere up in the a state park where so I know it's a thing. It's that people have seen these things for a long time. Maybe not as often. And again, you don't hear about these. I didn't even know the first time I heard about it. I saw one. Didn't never see. And again, it looks so stupid. Like, why don't you have arms? Why are you wearing a cape? Is he like also into cosplay or something? Shit. Mysterious world. But that's all for me. Thanks for listening to my rant today. Hope everybody's doing well. I love y'all. Be blessed. See you tomorrow.